From a practical stance, what he gets out is more support from his base to go vote Republican next week for the midterms. I mean, sending 15,000 troops against what are essentially large groups of families is really is a really discouraging thing to hear, especially to a lot of the people that are making their way up to the United States in order to escape violence in their home countries. And to be honest, this isn't the first time that something like this has happened. There have been caravans that have gone through Central America to make their way up to the United States, but as time went on, those caravans would get smaller and smaller and smaller. In fact, there was one caravan that started off somewhere in Central America, and by the time it made it to the U.S. border, it was only 200 people. Now, this could happen again, like I said, and so it would look pretty silly for these thousands of troops that Trump is pledging to send to the border to deal with 200 people that have been walking for hundreds of miles. But seeing as how the elections are coming up next week, Trump needs something to fire up the Republican base. And anti-immigration and the dangerous foreigner has always been something that could rally that Republicans could rally their followers behind in order to get them out to vote. And so it looks like Trump is just pulling from the Republican playbook. So anything other than that, it's very hard to believe that could even be possible, seeing as how this caravan serves no immediate threat to the United States.
And how is Mexico dealing with everything?
Well, as it stands right now, Mexico is in a bit of a tough position because many of the people in the caravan are traveling through the country. On one hand, the Mexican government does not want to upset or offend the United States because they're very powerful, both militarily and economically. However, at the same time, many Mexicans have been the target of Trump's attacks. So you'll see a lot of instances where, in some cases, Mexican police are trying to stop people from, getting into cars and trucks in order to head north. But you'll also see other instances where Mexican police aren't doing anything as families jump on trains in order to make their way further up through the country. Now, as it stands right now, the Mexican government has reached out to these people that are traveling right now and have tried to help them get temporary visas to stay in Mexico, tried to give them food and shelter, and help them move, the people that have been left behind by the larger caravan in order to catch up. But how this will play out as time goes on, that will be anybody's guess. But we have quite a while to wait for the end results because the caravan is still very far away from the U.S. border. And if it wasn't for the midterm elections, I would not be surprised if we didn't even know about this story at all.